This is the Hypothetically Sound podcast, hosted by Alec, Kevin, Randy, and Xavier, a show that explores the maybes, how comes, and what ifs of life. Join in on the unfiltered, raw, and real conversations today.
All right, welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. We're glad to have you tuned into the episode, and we hope you enjoy. Today, we have another part of our Generational Haunting series. If you haven't, make sure you go listen to our other episode first. It will help you understand where the conversation came from and where it's going. Spoiler alert, in the last episode, guys, we ended up finding out that a lot of our stories matched up and we experienced a lot of the same things years apart. So the question to lead this episode off is, do you think our family is cursed?
I was going to say, I have a theory on that, and it's a family theory. And it goes back to our father, who is, says he's from Kansas City, but the reality he's from East St. Louis, Illinois, but really he's from Gould, Arkansas. Okay. If you want to know what Gould, Arkansas is, find Little Rock and go 100 miles south of Little Rock into nowhere, and there's Gould, Arkansas. Okay. This is a small little community. They believed in a lot of things down there.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things when I went down there with the family, with Kevin, is that, they believed in voodoo down there. They believed in old magic down there. And I'm telling you right now, honestly, I believe that somehow that our father's side of the family got cursed. Somebody cursed us. We did something to somebody. Because I truly believe that the demons that we have that have touched us in one way or another is for a reason. For some of us, we have a little stronger connection, I think, on the psych side than others. But I can tell you, the dreams that I've had. I mean, we could do just a show of my dreams and my feelings and the ghosts and things that I can tell you. There's some stories I can tell you about Alexander. And the things that he went through as a young kid, and the thing is that y'all mama Becky, her family has some psychic abilities also, which enhanced Alexander's feeling. That's why I was worried when we had you, Rand, but you seemed to be a little more immune to it. But Alexander seemed to be a little more sensitive to it. And the way you guys grew up, and the way you reacted to different things as kids kind of verified that. But it's I believe it's something from way back in the past. I think this is an old evil. If you want to know the truth.
So me and Randy took the DNA and me test or whatever it is, 23andMe or whatever it is, right? We took a DNA test, right? And it showed that we are from slaves from the South, primarily in Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then it shows like the slight migration of our family going up, which like coincides with like what Grandpa Charlie always said, that he came up from the South, like the path is there. So I do believe like he either was born in like Louisiana or like his grandfather was or something, and they moved up slowly and he just continued until we got to the Midwest. But I always thought it was something with Grandma Pauline.
Yeah, that's why like I forgot about the like you believing that the voodoo thing with Grandpa Charlie.
Right.
Because it's so ingrained in my head that Grandma Pauline believed we were cursed on her side. On the Native American side, and that's why she refused to let us figure out what tribe we belong to. Like I always chalk that up to that Grandma Pauline was part of the one of the Native American I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but assimilation period of Native Americans where she was put in a boarding school and was forced to forget her tribe. And that's why she didn't want us to figure out what tribe.
I thought like she tries to hide the past because we have very little Indian in us. Me and Randy do, at least, right? We have some, but not a lot. And I believe that like Grandma hides her past because she dabbled, or her mother or something dabbled in something that like affected the family, right?
Well, Grandma.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Your grandma is she was full-blooded Indian.
Yeah. So it would make sense, right? And so we figured that like someone in her family might have dabbled in something and she was like trying to hide from it. And I felt like it was like something that might have been for like a male child and possibly a firstborn.
And there's a possibility of that. I mean,
that's
our tribe is in Canada. It's Chippewa. We're Chippewa, and our tribe was in Canada, further north. So
that's interesting.
We do
have stuff in Canada too on our DNA, so that would make a lot of sense. Okay,
it pointed our Native American as Spanish Native American.
Yeah,
coming out from Mexico. Yeah, so that's interesting.
So we, and I talked to your grandma about that, your great grandma about that. Mm-hmm. So I could learn a little bit more about our other side of our history, of our heritage. But I mean, you take two nationalities, Native American and African American, all of them believe in that stuff, in voodoo or, spirits, things like that. Could somebody had wrapped up some of our family in some of that garbage, to get caught up in? Possibly. But, I found ways to get around that. Anytime I start having weird things like that go on, that's when I start, believing in my faith of I'm not going to let whatever it is bother me. I'm not going to let it, terrorize me, bother me. I learned that years and years and years ago. I asked for protection. I asked for my grandmother who, passed, Pauline. I say, wherever you are, help keep these demons away from me. Protect me. Help me. My mom, my dad passing. I pray to them to help watch over me as I sleep. And even as I walk, during my waking days, my waking hours, protect me. And I think for some odd reason, I believe in it. I believe they help. The tricky thing I found out is they always say, bring a dog around with you in the places that you go, or that you live. So what I always do, before I bought my house in Minneapolis 3.5 years ago, I brought my dog into every room of that house. If that dog would not have gone or made any inclination that something wasn't right in that house, I would have never bought it. So
that's fair.
I truly believe that dogs and babies see shit that we don't see because their minds are open. And what I've read, because I had to do some reading about all this creepy crap, is that if you open your mind to positive things, negative things will slip in. So when you think you're talking to someone or communicating with something positive, it could be something negative, acting positive until it gets in. So I try to keep my mind closed on that stuff so that it doesn't open up and let something in that I don't want.
See, my philosophy is to mind my own goddamn business. So, like, something happens, it ain't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. If it catches my attention, the most it's going to get is a glance, and I'm back to doing whatever I'm doing. Like, so, there'll be times, like, you'll hear a noise, you think it's your name, you'll yell back, you hear nothing. Oh, yeah, no one's home. Shit, ain't my problem. Like, they ain't calling me. And just go back to whatever I'm doing.
Oh, so you just a typical brother in a horror movie.
I honestly believe that ignoring things is the best option for the most part. Like, obviously, if you're hearing some shit in your house and you're like, "Oh man, I'm gonna check my house real quick," that's fair. But as soon as there's nothing there, you go, "Yep, going back to bed. Fuck it."
I highly disagree with that, but that's
see, and this is how I survived, right? Like, is ignoring all this creepy shit.
Well, I guess
you just live happy. You just live happy when everything. You just mind your own business.
I mean, come on, the place I'm at now. Both of you guys don't like it because you thought there was ghosts here, and then I finally had to co-sign it when I saw the damn thing.
Okay, all right. I just want to give a couple because we didn't talk about your house. We're gonna save it for this one, right?
All right.
Just some quick ones. Ones that really stuck out was like me and Randy shared a room, and we always had the door closed, and Dad would open it before he went to bed because he went to bed after us every night. And there's times I would wake up and shut it, but quite literally every time the door was open and we were trying to sleep, I would end up waking up in the middle of the night because I felt like something was like standing and watching me. Randy felt it too, so he was okay with me shutting the door. I felt like there was a time that like I caught something at the glimpse of like side of my eye of someone like about to walk in, and then it's like, oh, they're not, here, or Dad's watching stuff on this couch, which is the creepiest part because it's a small little condo and there's not a lot of room for leeway of this ghost to be sneaking around. The second thing is one time me and Randy went to work. My dad said that I left my computer on and the speakers on and stuff, and he was annoyed by it. And I was like, nah, because my monitor and stuff doesn't have speakers, so it's impossible. You're not going to hear it through my headset. And plus, I unplugged everything. So he was hearing talking in the room, and he swore that was my computer because he heard the talking and stuff. And then the last one is that he has this creepy-ass room with a closet. The closet? So he has the big bedroom in the house. It's way in the back of the house. Occasionally, you'll walk in the house and his light's on. And it's like, whatever, and you go and turn it off. And then, like, later in the day, you'll see it back on or something. And it's like, that's kind of weird. But his closet door is the worst thing because the closet door, like, I closed it every time I had the chance I had to go in his room. I would close it. But it seemed like it was always open. And at one point, I did see it open. And I told Dad about it, and he's like, yeah, I sometimes feel stuff from there. But it's like, nah, if it can move things, turn on a light, open up shit, like that's an issue, right? And it did get to the point where like Dad would come home and be like, why is the light on or whatever? Who opened up my closet? I don't fucking know.
No, it's crazy.
I know what happens, but guess what? My own goddamn business. I'm just doing me.
We obviously me now use the bathroom in the main room, and anytime I go to the bathroom, something would be standing outside the bathroom door. Like literally, I'm trying to take a poop, and I'm like, I look down, I'm like, Alec, Dad, no, they both sleep. Why is something standing outside the bathroom door? Or where the table's at in his house, so where I was playing computer, you can see straight into his room. Probably at least once a day, something would walk through his room. And like, I'm playing a video game, so something had to physically move for my eyes to be drawn to it. Like, why would I stop focusing on a video game to see look up and look over my screen? And then, but yeah, and if you know our dad, he'll be in the pitch black at 10 p.m. because he just doesn't turn on lights. So
he's a creepy ass dude.
Right? So like, if we walk into the house and all the lights are off, but his bedroom makes zero sense.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't leave lights on. Because I don't know if it's his black frugalness where he doesn't want to say all the pennies or what, but he just never had lights on growing up or even now. And so like, you walk in the house and the fucking lights on, you're like, nope, I'm just gonna pretend like the light was on the whole time. I turned it on before I left type shit. Like, that house is an old lady. It's an old lady.
Yeah, it's definitely an old lady. And what I was going to say is that I now work in my living room, and my boys' room is to the right of me. And I'm working one day, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move, and I turned my head, and at the same time, the shadow turned its head. Like it was a human shadow, and we looked at each other for a quick millisecond with the thought process of, you can see me thinking I can see it, and then it disappeared, and I was just in shock, and I go, okay, that just solidified that there is something in this condo. So obviously,
so let me tell you, that would have been about the time I would have got the fuck up out of there. Because let me tell you something, I still to this day, I mean, I'm just going to date myself. I don't care. At 54, I still do not sleep with closet doors open. I don't give a damn whose house I'm in. I don't care what room I'm in. I don't care where. If there's a damn closet, that closet, I'll sleep with a bathroom door open all day, every day. Closet doors remain shut always. And if they're not shut, I will wake up in the middle of the night, see that the closet door open, get up and shut it. And let me tell you something. Let me wake up and find that closet door open. I'm the fuck out. That's it.
You better hope we never
yours.
stay in your house.
Right.
That's an easy house. Sign over the lease.
Yep, it would be deuces. This would be just like a damn movie. Why they don't let black people be stars in movies, the scary ones? Because they know we will beat our feet. First time we hear a scream, yell, something that didn't come out of nobody's mouth sitting next to us, Audi. It'll be a 5-second movie.
I guess that'd be the exception to the rule because I'd be like, what was that? Let's go find that out.
See, I'm the in-between of you and Alec, Dad. I hear something, I acknowledge it, but as soon as it's like, oh, I hear a voice or I see a shadow, I'm like, okay, I acknowledge it. Let me check. But as soon as it's something that's dumb, where I'm like, nah, I could die, I am out. I am not fucking with that shit. Like, oh, you want to bang? You want to throw stuff? Nope. Bye.
No, see, like, if it got like super violent to the point where you can't ignore it, and there's no way for me to escape really easily, I will square up with a ghost. I do not care. I will do everything in my power and start swinging in the air and hope for the best. I will go put some water on my hand and bless that shit real quick, like making some holy water and start swinging.
Somebody gonna watch this and go, did that boy just say I will square down on a ghost?
Honestly, what's the okay? A demon's coming at you, right? And it's like fucking slamming doors, it's throwing shit, it's slowly cut, like all that shit slowly coming to you. You just gonna sit there and just let it do things?
I don't know. I don't know if you realize this. You ain't beating no ghosts' ass.
Hold on. If you get up to run away and that motherfucker pushes you back down, you're not just gonna swing? You're gonna be punked like that? You're not gonna try it at least? Like, no shit. It's like if it can touch me, hey, don't bark. I'm sorry. It's like it's you got too excited. Like all I'm saying is, if it can touch me, there's some way in hell I can touch it.
No wonder why you guys got dogs. Now I get why you guys have to have dogs.
Yep. They will let you know when a motherfucking dog sits in the fucking room barking in a motherfucking corner or up in the ceiling or some shit like that. Hey, tell you what, it's either time to bounce or keep that dog as close to your ass as you can get. If it never slept in your bed, it's gonna sleep in your bed tonight.
So the thing is that occasionally K-Dot will like sit at Randy's door and growl in my room and sit at my door and growl in his room. Or in the hallway, we're not sure. But the other day, he sat down on my bed, and he just like looks up to the corner of my room, just like right up there, right? And he goes, and I'm like, excuse me? And he's just like staring at it, growling. Every time he said his name, he'd do like a quick like little dog glance, like nigga, you ain't Nick, you know? He does that like I'm in trouble glance, but he like still growling and barking at the corner. And y'all
got some fucked up entities. Bro.
Watch the first episode. We talk about this house, man.
Yeah, this is not.
We talk about the time I almost squared up against a ghost. Yeah. We talked about the time we saw. Just a quick recap. A little white lady. We thought it was a mom, but it wasn't.
Like, so not a shadow. No, it was like actual full body. We thought it was our mom.
Like, we thought she just came home, and we're like, "Hey, mom," and like nothing happened, and we're like, and I was like, "Rand, was that not mom?" He's like, "I think so." And then we text mom's like, "Yeah, everything's good." Why are you barking? Everything good? And she goes, "I'm not home. Yeah, everything's fine." And we're just
the dog's barking right now because you talking about the old bitch that's in your house.
See, he barking because I'm getting excited, and I don't get excited.
Yeah, our dog. Anytime we laugh or like show any positive emotion, our dog gets concerned about us.
Yeah,
and like runs up to us and like starts licking and like overreacting because we don't get high in our emotion ever. So when we do and we're laughing, he's like, "Oh, something's wrong."
So y'all some sad little motherfuckers.
Yeah, we some sad little motherfuckers. Look at our lives. Go lay down, buddy.
We ran it up. Anytime he does that, we're like, oh shit, we must be really sad that anytime we laugh.
Look at here. You know what's something that's kind of funny? I don't think I remember if I ever told Alec this, but I always said that whatever the evil is that we're going to have to fight it. And when I mean fight it, like maybe mentally or physically. And it's kind of funny that Alexander has felt that, during the times, and the fact that it's gotten physical with you, Randy, and with you, Kevin. I'm trying to tell you, whatever this is that I've felt from as long as I can remember isn't something that's just going away. We can say what we want, but whatever this is, whether it came from your great grandmother or from your grandfather's side of the family, I don't know. But one side did some dirt or did some things that they shouldn't have did, and the price is that whatever put the curse on us is this curse is no joke to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I 100% believe in it. I believe in it to the point that there's this one last story that I could tell you that about this is that bought a house over on 43rd and James. Was living in the house. We had moved in. Their mom was with me at the time, and all of a sudden something was banging on the back window. Well, we
That was
couldn't
me,
figure out what was,
bro.
no, it wasn't. Couldn't figure out what was banging on the back window. So she grabbed the gun her daddy gave us, and I went out the front door because I'm like, well, I'm gonna catch whoever that is. And by the time I got to the backyard, there was nothing there, and there wasn't a lot of lights, in our backyard. But there was nobody there, and I couldn't find any footprints. Nothing had just got through raining, so there was not like, you could step through the mud that was there and not see it. So I go back inside, and their mom's like shaking because she's like, whatever it was trying to go through the back door. And I'm like, okay, Dad, no, there was nothing out there. But yet it was still trying to go through the back door. And that's the first time that I can remember Alexander reacted. Because later on that night, he would not sleep. He was about 8 months old at the time that this happened, and he would not sleep the rest of the time. He was not a happy camper. And I think that was the start of whatever it was kind of like trying to feel me and feel what was going on, and felt Alexander's presence too. And so there's a lot more to that, but I'm sure you guys have explored that, and Alexander's probably talked about some of the things he went through as a little kid. So
I think we only really talked about the time that I described Grandpa Kenneth.
yeah, the
that was
dream you
about
had.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, which was scary as heck. You described somebody you've never seen before to a T, including everything that he was wearing. When there was one of those episodes was happening, and he told Alexander, and Alexander told us very clearly that he said, "Don't worry about it. I got you. And don't worry, your dad will help." And I was like, "Okay, now somebody's feeling something here, and he's dreaming this, and he's like 5 years old." And he's dreaming this, and he's able to tell us this. It's weird how these things, can affect you, and that are out there for all those people that don't believe in it. I'm telling you right now, there's more to it than you think, and it all depends on your degree of understanding of the world around you and the things that are around you. I'm a firm believer of that.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. As always, we appreciate you guys stopping by and listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next Sunday, there will be another episode that comes out, the third part of our Generational Haunting series. As always, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, Meta if you're into that new name. Follow us on Twitter, on Podbean, any of these sites that you can listen to a podcast on. And for live video of each of our podcasts, go to our YouTube channel, Hypothetically Sound. Alec, you got a shout out for the people today?
Hell yeah, I do. Shout out to all the people that breathe through their mouths, all the mouth breathers out there. Whether it's a stuffy nose or that's just how you breathe, keep doing it, because we like to see you alive.
Breathe. And that's probably why you get haunted by ghosts, because they get annoyed from that shit as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. Chuck, yeah, you probably snore real bad at night too, but that's all right. That's all right.
As always, guys, we appreciate you listening. And until next time, deuces.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.